We're about to make a hearty, savory, and delicious minestrone soup. So let me show you how we make it. The first thing you want to do is you want to take your onions and your garlic and you want to caramelize them in a hot pot. So we'll take our onions and our garlic and we'll add them right there in a pot which is nice and hot on the stovetop. Next, we're going to add in some celery. So let's take our celery and let's add it on in there with our onion and our garlic. I cubed this yellow squash. So we'll add that in there with the rest of our veggies. You want to caramelize everything in the bottom of the pan so it releases all the juices. Don't think you burned it when it gets nice and golden brown on the bottom of that pan. You released all the juices from that onion, garlic, and celery that's going to give you that nice vegetable broth. I actually pre-roasted these green beans, but you can just add them in and they'll cook down on the stovetop. So we're going to add in some green beans. And then we're going to add in our chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans. So we'll take our garbanzo beans and we'll add those into the bottom of the pot as well. Some crushed tomatoes. This is going to give it a nice and hearty flavor. So let's pour our crushed tomatoes in with our sauteed veggies. And then let's add in our water. This is going to be the broth. You just use some simple water to give it a nice, thick broth. So let's add that water in there with our tomatoes. And then we're going to add in some tomato paste. This will thicken that up. It'll give that water a nice and hearty, tomatoey flavor. So let's take our tomato paste and let's just scoop that in there. And then we're going to add in some kale. So we're going to add in some fresh chopped kale. We'll toss that in there. This will cook down in the soup. It smells good, it looks good, and I guarantee you it's going to taste good. So we'll take our seasoning blend and we're going to add that in with our broth. So we'll just pour that in. Make sure you get all of your seasoning in there. I got to show you what this one looks like because it is so good. Wait until you see how hearty and how rich and how savory that minestrone soup is. I mean, just take a look at that. A matter of minutes, you've got yourself soft and tender veggies in a savory, juicy tomato broth. And that's minestrone. Let's pour it right on in to our bowl. Delicious, savory, bowl licking good, hot and steamy, fresh out the kitchen. Minestrone soup. Oh, this is good, people. It smells good, it tastes good, it looks good, and that's because it is good. So I hope you enjoy this meal. Make sure you lick the bowl clean and keep on eating real food because every single bite you take is going to lead to a healthier and happier life.